Netflix?
No!
Is it HBO?
No!
Is it Disney?
No!
Is it Apple TV?
No!
Then it must be Tubi. Tell them they're streaming.
Welcome to Tell Them They're Streaming. Hey, my name is Robert, and sitting beside me is a Australian comedian who came up with a new kind of reality show where two people with material flying objects. It's called Married at First Kite. This is Richie. Let's go fly a kite. Good acre. Richie, how are you? And how's your week been?
Good. You know what? I went before this episode. I'm like, I bet you the next one's Kite. I bet you the next one is Kite, and you didn't disappoint. Kite. There you go. Yeah, no, good. Oh, pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Just taking it easy. Pretty chill. Pretty chill couple of weeks actually. Just pumping the old brakes, as it were. I don't know.
I believe you got a beverage there.
Oh yeah. Look, Pasito. It's a passion fruit flavor. I used to drink these all the time, and then I saw, one of my support workers that works here drinking it. I'm like, I used to drink it all the time, and then so when it came to shopping, I was like, I'm gonna buy some of these. But this wasn't the two things. So this was like sort of on its side, and also it hadn't been in the fridge, so this might be warm as fuck, and also this might spray in my face. So let's find
open
out.
this bad boy up and let's.
Oh, did it? Oh, that was disappointing.
That was a little bit. All right,
Yeah.
take a swig.
Mm. Yeah, it's not cold, but it's drinkable. Sponsored by Kirk's. We're not, but if you're watching Kirk's,
Send us some money.
email tellthemthey'restreaming@gmail.com, and if you got a suggestion, any passion fruit related Chewy movies.
I'm pretty sure there is a couple out there of that.
Probably. Yeah, other than that, oh man, just before we recorded here, trying to get my dog to eat her own food and not human food. You wouldn't get away with that. You're an adult. Imagine if, you go to your mum's house and she's been slaving all day in the kitchen, and preparing a nice Sunday roast or whatever, and then she's so proud of it, and then finally she just plonks it in front of you, and you're just like, nah.
I'll go and have the dog's food instead.
Yeah. Look, yeah, it says on the can, succulent chickens. Obviously, some human likes it. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's have a look at this week's film, which is Hellriders from 1984.
Hellriders.
The synopsis is a woman whose car breaks down in the desert and is attacked by bikers finds her way to a small town where the town residents are terrorized by psycho bikers. I don't really have any trivia except for this bit of information. Tina Louise, who you would know better as Ginger from Gilligan's Island, and Adam West, who you would know better as Batman.
Or Mayor Adam West from Family Guy.
Or that. Only worked a day on this film and were paid $10,000 apiece. Since they played leading roles in it, their parts were shot entirely in close-up, intercut into scenes utilizing body doubles for both in shots involving the supporting cast during the dialogue scenes. So we'll be looking out for that while we're reviewing the film.
Yeah.
The director,
I guess he's a main character, but Tina Louise is in it a lot. I wouldn't say Adam West. Adam West shows up about an hour. I mean, it feels like he shows up 45 minutes into the film, and he doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. He's not really. I don't feel like he does much, and he feels bored throughout.
Director is James Bryan, and he did a film called The Jungle Trap in 2016. Anything else you want to say about James Bryan, Richie?
No, but I think this run through his other filmography. Don't Go Into the Woods, Lady Street Fighter, The Executioner Part 2, Cody Run. He literally just has a film here. Oh, okay. I had to click on it and see what it was because literally the poster is just a blurry image. It says High School Fantasies. Uh, Return of Lady Street Fighter. Here we go. The Dirtiest Game. Escaped to Passion.
Is that your drink?
Yeah, Escape to Passion Fruit. Yeah.
There you go. There's our first Tubi movie with Kirks.
Yeah. Boogie Vision. Again, a bit. Maybe it's just a thing where they can't load the image properly. But this is also pixeled, but it's Beach Blanket Bango.
Rather than bingo.
Yeah, and I Love You Not. And it's got a sunflower, and the other two are Horicon and Campton, Texas, but they don't have posters.
Well, he's also one of the co-writers of the film, and he also co-wrote The Rogue and Grizzly in 1982.
I know Grizzly, yeah. I guess the only interesting I know, but you probably don't know this. The producer of the film, can't remember her name. He should be producer of the film. Renee Harmon is actually in the film as one of the bikers.
Yes,
she's like the she doesn't really have a big part. She's like the kind of the chick, the biker chick at the start.
Renee Hammond, who you just mentioned.
Hammond, if you say it properly. Yeah.
Harmon.
Yeah, I said Harmon. So I'm correcting myself. Not you.
I'm so used to it being the other way around. She also co-wrote Run Coyote Run in 1987. Dan Bradley, his only claim to fame is this film. Ricco Mancini, his claim is this film, and Diane Miller is also her only claim is this film.
Well, I feel like a lot of the people who played the bikers, I feel like that they only did this film. Literally, if you go to look at the credits, hang on.
Everything all right?
Yeah.
That one. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Back to your regularly scheduled podcast. If you look at the credits, like some of the bikey extras are listed as Rent-A-Gang.
Cool. Well, the cast: Tina Louise, who was in an Australian film called Welcome to Whoop Whoop in 1997. Adam West was in a film called Angels with Angels from 2005. Renee Harmon was in a film called Night of Terror from 1986. Jerry Rattay was in a film called Hunter's Blood from 1986. And Sandra Sterling, she was in a movie called The Executioner, Part 2, 1984. All righty. Richie?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Are you ready for film chat?
Yeah. Film chat.
Film chat. Alrighty, we see Claire Delaney, who's played by Tina Louise, driving down a road, worried about her car holding it together. We see dolls and body parts on the side of the road. The next town is Ramsburg.
Did we
Apparently,
find out why there were dolls on the road?
no, I'm guessing they were like,
Yeah.
a child's doll. Well, they're not going to be an adult's doll, but well, it could be.
No, they look pretty. They look different. Oh.
I was thinking more of Baby Oopsie there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and it was just like general rubbish of maybe people's holiday sort of stuff, and they're being terrorized by, let's think, bikers.
Okay.
The next town is Ramsburg, apparently a real ghost town. You have to take a dirt road to get there, though, and she chooses to do that. A gang is chasing a woman, which makes Claire swerve and run into some bushes. Claire goes to help the woman, but she has a knife. The gang approaches, and the man pushes Claire out of the way. So for the very beginning, we have this biking gang called the Hellriders. But most of the time, they're beating up on themselves more so than they're beating up on anyone else.
Yeah. There's always dissension in the ranks. It's like, yeah, they just can't get along.
The
I don't know
man,
what talking I can. Oh, I just can't get along. Hello.
the man goes over to the woman where he is cut with a knife on the inside of his arm. This is important. It was cut on the inside of his arm, even though the next shot will show blood on the outside of his
Outside
arm.
of his arm, yeah.
So there's a couple of goofs, gaffs, whatever you want to call it.
Hold that thought. Sorry. Sorry.
Another gang of motorcycle riders try and help Claire, but they ride off, leaving just one of their gang to look after her. The
It's not really
Hellriders,
a thing to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, just one of them.
just one of them, and the sort of the weakest one, if I'm allowed to say that.
Is that the one? No, not the one with. There's one with like a helmet.
No. He's part of the Hellriders.
There's only one veggie pot pie. The other one's that.
Okay, take up the achievement.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What? Yeah, veggie pot pie, eh?
I look. Okay, behind the scenes, we had distractions. I might as well mention. Yeah, yeah, my sister's dropping off some meals, and look, there's veggie pot pie there. Look, people who like vegetables, that's cool. I can't eat. I just can't eat them. Veggie pot pie is just, you know what? I like the pie sounding things. Veggie. I like pot. Pot's nice. Like pottery. I don't know what you're thinking.
Oh,
And
you might eat a
but
veggie pot
vegetables.
pie after some pot.
But vegetables. Ha! So yeah, I was like, no, you can eat that.
You're such a
So,
busy lad.
yeah.
The
Anyway,
Hellriders attack the bloke and terrorize Claire's car with Claire inside. Though Claire drives off while the man is being dragged across the ground by a motorcycle. So that's the beginning of the film. We meet the Hellriders. They seem to be not very nice people,
no.
but we do end up going into town now where we meet Dr. Dave Stanley, who's played by Adam West, and he's talking to the sheriff.
It's also not very nice. Although we're supposed to think he's nice later. I don't know. That doesn't really forgive all the sexism. Anyway.
Who, the sheriff is not very nice, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
The sheriff
And
is
then, yeah.
the sheriff is talking about his daughter's wedding. Though not is all well in the relationship with Susie and Joe after Joe accidentally romantically touches the wrong woman.
What do you accidentally romantically touch? I guess he thought it was something wrong. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
thought it was Susie, but it
Yeah.
wasn't Susie.
Yeah.
But-
But they made the woman look back like me because it was just like he's like they're at the diner and the sheriff's like, yeah, I order the same thing every week, every week because you're bound to get it right one of these days. And then they laugh at the sexist remark, and she just like taps him on the shoulder like playfully, like, "Oh, don't you kid?" It's like I don't know if he's kidding, you know. Just I think there's enough evidence to suggest at this point that he might be a sexist. Like, you know, he might not like women.
He might not. We have one of the Hellriders riding along with a naked woman who claims is his guardian angel. What did you think of this bit? There was a naked woman out of the blue.
Chained by the neck to a sidecar.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't really feel very 2020-ish sort of behavior.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. And considering, does she say anything? I don't think she says a word.
I don't think she does, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is she naked? Because
Who knows?
we don't like intend to do this, but like I think this is like the fifth movie in a row where we've encountered boobies. Yeah.
Yes. And as a prude, I'd prefer we didn't.
Yeah.
But this is our job, so
I mean, you have to edit these things, and as someone who tries to make sure that like it passes copyright, like passes YouTube standard practices, I prefer if they were covered.
So
what is this filth?
it's just filth. So there's another gang there who is waiting for Snake, who's the head of the Hellriders, to come back to the camp. I didn't really get what this other gang was about. I didn't really understand why that other gang was there, but
I don't know. I don't understand either. I'm going to bring out this point because I don't know when I'm going to bring it up because sometimes things just happen. I don't know when. I don't know where it fits into the story. But I just thought it was funny. It was one dude like kind of telling another guy like how evil he's supposed to be. He's like, "Oh, are you?" He's like, "Oh, are you some kind of like Hitler, some kind of Ramada, some kind of Bela Lugosi?" I'm like, you realize like Bela Lugosi's the actor that plays him, right? Like Bela Lugosi's not evil. Like what a dumb thing is that.
Snake arrives at the camp where the other gang leader, Ed, tells him that he should get out of town. Then a fight breaks out, as per usual. The acting is terrible, Richie, and the fight scenes are not very realistic either.
Yeah.
A couple drive through Ramsburg. Claire arrives in town and goes to see the sheriff. The sheriff does not take her complaints seriously. So then Claire goes to see Dr. Dave, and he fixes up all her cuts and bruises. The Hellriders arrive in town and make a scene with their fighting and jumping on cars. Once again, they're fighting themselves. They're punching up each other.
Stop fighting yourselves. Like, I don't know what you do. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, and there was another, again, I don't know where that would talk about this because scenes just happen. And I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if we'll get to talk about it otherwise. There's a scene where I think this other dude's fighting this other dude who's like also like pretty religious or a priest or something, but I think he's on the same side. But they fight. But then this dude's saying dialogue, right? And the priest guy or whatever, he's saying dialogue, and but there's obviously like a plane or a helicopter above their head, and like that instead of like waiting, hey, should we wait till that passes over? No, we'll still film the scene, so you can't hear what he's saying, and then it cuts back to the other dudes talking, and it's quiet. So you couldn't wait 5 seconds.
Yeah, the continuity is very bad as well throughout the film. It's terrible. The Hellriders chase a man taking pictures of them into a cafe. Claire, with the Dr. Dave's advice, goes and checks on her car while they are all inside the cafe.
Well, this was when too, like, I think like yeah, there's supposed to be like a dramatic, like serious moment in a cafe, in a cafe, and but right, yeah, like yeah, oh no, yeah, no, like before that, there was this scene where it was like, I think this guy was like saying to I don't know if it was Tina Louise's character or some woman like, "Oh, I'm sorry, such and such has been murdered." And then the editing's so bad because it immediately cuts to this cheerful lady going, "Who wants turkey sandwiches?" Like, way to cut the tension. Oh,
And that relates with last week's film, Thanksgiving, the
yeah,
turkey
yeah,
sandwiches.
yeah.
Anyway, one of the weirdest fights ever I've seen on film breaks out in the cafe between the Hellriders and the Patreons. Dr. Dave saves the
The
day.
patrons, I think you meant to say.
Yeah, the patrons. What did I say?
Patreons, like yeah,
Oh.
like people who pay money for this podcast. No.
Dr. Dave saves the day by attacking the leader, Snake, and telling them to get out of town. So Claire needs to spend the night in town because her car will not be ready till the next day. There is no hotel anymore, so the sheriff puts up people in need. So that's where Claire stays. The Hellriders hassle the couple driving. They catch up with them and beats up the man and stabs the
Oh,
woman.
this is pretty brutal, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, like he, like yeah, like beats up the dude. Like he, like slam his arm into the door a few times, and then like put like open up the,
Bonnet.
the huh?
The bonnet.
Open up the bonnet, and then like turn the, start the engine.
And then slams his whole body and head with the bonnet onto his
Yeah.
bodice.
Meanwhile, the woman gets, like stripped down and like gets assaulted and stabbed. I'm like, man, I don't know, this is right quite a couple.
Dr. Dave spots the Hellriders close to the sheriff's place, so he gets him to go and talk to them. So he gets the sheriff to go to talk to them. This does not work because they decide to go into town and take them out in a blaze of glory.
Blaze of glory. A blaze of. He says he makes sure to say that.
I thought Bon Jovi might suddenly come out and just start singing, but never happened.
Or go ahead, or just serve them a cease and desist letter. I can't write that term.
They start to attack the residents of the town, and one by one, then the shops, the sheriff, and then Dr. Dave himself. They stab the sheriff's wife. This was pretty brutal as well.
Yeah.
While the lady at the cafe got molested, or the ladies at the cafe all got molested. So yeah, pretty brutal stuff going on here. Claire gets in her car and drives off. The town people are all locked up in jail. The Hellriders chase Claire and Snake gets into her car and takes over the driving. Claire escapes, but they are after her again. Now, Dr. Dave. He's a smart fella. He works out how to grab the keys to let them out of the jail cells.
Just easy now. Easy. Go down a little lower. A little lower. That's it. Got it. Yeah, heard that. Down. Under. You got it. A little further.
Do it.
Over to the left now. Easy.
You can do
Go up
it.
a little bit. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Love
You
it.
got it.
Do
You
it.
got it. Oops. Oh, yeah. Now you got it.
Yeah.
Good. Great.
So then the town worked together to shoot up all the Hellriders. Not when I say shoot up, I don't mean...
Injected with heroin.
Yes, I mean bang, bang, bang. The Hellriders. And then Susie goes to college.
Susie goes to college.
And everyone lives happily ever after, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure. Yeah. This was a
So,
good movie.
so what are your thoughts and retorts and points
Yeah.
and scores and
Yeah, look, it certainly wasn't as fun as ones we were accustomed to. I think the fun was had in the amateur filmmaking and the mistakes that they left in. Like if that didn't exist, then those would be very kind of hard to talk about in like a kind of fun, jovial way, which is this is the tone of this podcast. Especially the brutal, beating. Especially there's a it's very it's a very there's not a lot of good biker movies, but like this is very this is one of the worst ones. And it, there's yeah it there's it's very lazy in a lot of spot places. It's just like so I guess in places where they don't have anything to film, I guess they just film them driving that same scores used so many times, them just driving on a dirt road. Bike is driving on a dirt road. And then
did you find that?
that's not,
Did you find the
yeah,
score quite annoying?
it was a little bit after because I just used it all the time. And then when they're not doing that, that they're fighting the enemy and sometimes within themselves for I don't know what reason, and then they're just hassling women. Don't don't know, and yeah, uh, we should
Another
mention
thing,
too that dude's Adam West's wife in the film comes back and then I think shoots one of the bikies like I think in the face. It cuts away from it really fast. So you're like, oh, I guess that's what happened. Okay. Sometimes the editing's weird because something cool's about to happen, and then it cuts away to something else. You're like, okay, cool.
the other thing I noticed was the body doubles, which was very
Yeah.
obvious. Like Adam West is a rather slender man, and then the body double is, a rather larger man. So yeah, the same with Tina as well. That the body doubles didn't quite suit, and you could tell that they were body doubles. And I think we saw more body doubles than we actually did see of the real actors. The only stuff
Yeah.
we saw of the real actors, as we learned earlier on, were just the close-ups.
Adam West is Batman, and his body double is Fat Man. Yeah.
Bluey got in trouble for fat shaming just recently, so we're not doing it here.
We're not doing it here. Look, if you're watching Body Double, I hope you're doing well. If you're still alive, because this was made a while ago. I looked up Tina Louise, still alive, 89, still kicking it. Good on you,
Good
Tina
on her.
Louise.
Good on Tina Louise. And of course, we only lost Adam West, what,
What,
2016?
for about 3 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
2 years ago, 3 years ago?
So yeah, so only recently.
Mm.
Okay, what's your retorts and
Like
scores?
as a overall film, it's pretty bad. It was we're kind of hard to get through, but like I guess we've watched more boring films. It definitely wasn't it wasn't boring. There's a lot happening, I guess, even if it was the same stuff. So I know I'll give it I'll give it 2 as a Tubi thing. Yeah, if it didn't have those mistakes in it, which it probably I'd have to give it like a 1, but because they put the mistakes in, probably for our benefit, I'll give it maybe a 3, just because the mistakes are funny.
Yeah, just for no reason at all. The film has a naked woman in it. Once again, it's Tubi-esque, so I'll give my Tubi score a 3, like you did. But as a movie, 2. I can't remember what you said. Did you say 2?
I said 2, yeah.
All right, so we
Identical.
scored identically.
Also, Tubi, like I know Tubi has ads, but Tubi, you don't need to advertise Tubi when I'm watching Tubi. Okay, well, that'd be like getting ads for Google when I'm about to Google something. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm using this thing.
I've got a genuine question here. Tubi keeps on updating itself. It keeps on being slicker, and so forth. Are you worried at any time we'll end up being charged for Watch Tubi?
There is a yeah, there is a worry there. But look, I'll continue to we'll just ride that wave until it happens, then we'll work it out.
Alrighty. Let's get quizzical. Quizzical.
Quizzical, I wanna get quizzical.
Let's get a quizzical.
Quizzical.
Yeah.
Up, down.
Quizzies.
Whoa! Yeah! Quizzical, yeah!
Let's get quizzical.
Yeah! Wow!
Alrighty, this week is motorcycle gang movies. Bikies.
Ikeys.
Basically, as usual, you got to tell me which one is a bikie movie and which one isn't a bikie movie.
Okay.
And some I've made up are funny, but some of the ones that are actual movies are funny. So there you go.
Okay.
Alrighty, the first one is The Leather Boys from 1964 or The Bad Boys from 1964. Which one is the real bikie movie?
They both sound cringe. One, the Leather Boy sounds like an S&M video.
You'd probably enjoy that.
In the Bad Boys just sounds like what you'd call your gang in primary school to sound hard. We're the Bad Boys.
The Bad Boys, the bad boys.
Yeah. We didn't go to class after lunch till 5 minutes later. Yeah, we arrived as anyway.
If you
That was a poorly worded sentence, but you know what I mean.
The Bad Boys. So, what were the two? I had so much fun.
I think the Leather Boys is the right one, and you made up the Bad Boys.
Believe it or not, the Leather Boys is the right one.
That's
That's the Leather Boys from 1964. By the way, most of these films are from the 60s, apart from one which is from the 70s. So
okay, it's a very bikey trend. Okay.
Very bikey trend through this era of filmmaking. You've got the two films are Cyclops from 1965 or Motor Psycho from 1965.
I think I know this because I think one of them maybe popped up on a suggestion after watch the Tubi thing. I think the right one's Motor Psycho.
Well, Motor Psycho is correct from 1965. All right, the next two. You've got the Glory Stompers from 1967. Or you've got the Hell Smashers from 1967. Is it the Glory Stompers or is it the Hell Smashers?
Yeah. I mean, I'll go just because you laughed a bit before you said Hell Smashers. I'll say it Glory Stompers because I think you made up Hell Smashers and you laugh.
I think I laughed more at the Glory Stompers.
Okay, I'll say Glory Stompers.
Well, that'd be correct. It is the Glory Stompers from 1967. But yeah, I almost came up with a different one using the word glory, but realized.
Oh no! Yeah, okay.
Yes. The next two are the Angels from Hell from 1968 or the Devils from Heaven in 1968.
I mean, as much as it sounds generic, I'll go Angels from Hell.
Correct. It is Angels from Hell from 1968. You got them all right so far, Richie. Okay, the next two are the Blue Jeans Mob from 1968 or the Miniskirt Mob from 1968.
I don't know if this is supposed to instill fear in people. We're the blue jeans mob.
With the blue
That sounds
jeans
like
mob.
that sounds like a country band.
Yeah, well, I think it's because motorcycle riders used to wear black jeans. So the blue jeans mob were slightly on edge because they were wearing blue jeans.
It sounds like that Keith Urban song. I put my blue jeans on. I put my all blue jeans on.
Or Skyhooks. Everybody's wearing blue jeans.
Please don't come after us, Keith Urban's management or Skyhook's management. We didn't sing the whole song. There you go.
We just sang the one line. That was it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and not very well as well. So
Oh no, I thought I was all right. So I think blue jeans gang. I think that's the right one.
So you think it's the blue jeans mob?
Mob. Yeah, sorry.
Incorrect. It's
Oh,
the
no.
mini skirt mob from
Oh, is it-
1968.
Is it a female biker movie?
I would say so.
That'd be fun. It was just blokey, but maybe it's progressive, but I don't know. It's kind of
The next two are the Brutal Eight from 1968 or the Savage Seven from 1968.
I'll go the Savage Seven.
You'd be correct. It is the Savage Seven from
I thought maybe
1968.
it's supposed to be like a kind of take on the Magnificent Seven or something.
I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's these are all motorbike, bikey movies. So yeah, from the 60s. The next two are Troubleshooters from 1969 or Five the Hard Way from 1969.
It's called Five the Hard Way.
Five the Hard Way from 1969 or Troubled Shooters from 1969.
Troubleshooters sounds like another problem. So I'll go Five the Hard Way. That also sounds like a problem, but I'll go Five the Hard Way.
Five the Hard Way is correct from 1969. The next two films are Run, Angel, Run from 1969 or Ride, Devil, Ride from 1969.
I'm
Run,
gonna switch it
Angel.
up. I'm
What was
gonna I'm gonna go Ride Devil Ride.
You'd be incorrect. The right film is
No, I should have just gone Angel. It's always Angel, isn't it?
yeah, so it's always the good side. So yeah, Run Angel Run from 1969 was the right film.
It's a misnomer because the bikies are usually kind of criminals.
Yes. That's the humorous part about it.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good one then. Satan's Sadists from 1969 or God's Bikies from 1969.
I feel like bikies is such an Australian
Oh,
term.
sorry, bikers. My bad. It's God's Bikers, not bikies, bikers.
Okay, because all right. God's bikers. Okay, in that case, I'll go God's bikers.
God's Bikers is incorrect. It is.
Oh god damn it!
It is Satan's Sadists from 1969. Okay, the final one. The Girls from the Thunderstrip from 1970 or The Lady from the Underground. Sorry, the Ladies from the Underground from 1979.
I'll go the ladies from the underground.
Once again is incorrect.
Oh man.
The film is The Girls from the Thunderstrip from 1970. So you got about 6 out of 10 there, so that's pretty good. It's a pass.
That's decent. It's decent. It's a pass.
So
I passed. It's a passing grade.
So which one of those films are you going to go and watch now?
Possibly the one with angels in it.
Welcome to Tell them they're streaming where we're going to spin the wheel of Tubi cheese.
Cool.
Tubi cheese. The tube stuff.
You know, welcome to the podcast you've been listening to for the past half hour.
Could
We're
have
gonna
fallen asleep.
Oh yeah. No. Well, we're very interesting. You wouldn't have fallen asleep. How could you fall asleep to the dulcet tones of me, Richie Goodacre, and Robert Cameron?
And Maroon.
Cameron. Is that your name?
Cameron.
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 Yeah. So, to recap, we have action this day, action this night, action. Comedy, Eddie Murphy. Comedy, anyway, I'm being stupid. Thriller in
Yeah,
Manila.
did you?
Western Hudson. Suggestions from Canstar website. Suggestions from website Canstar Blue 2. There's no website called Blue 2, just a second batch of these. And streamers Pixelot. Streamers Pixelot. Yeah, I'm just being silly this time around. I'm just being really silly.
I think you're going a bit Luke McGregor there with the.
So, for those who don't know, who's Luke McGregor?
Oh, it's back on me this time. Luke McGregor is a companion of Richie's. He's a comedian, Australian comedian from Tasmania, and he's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, are you ready for me to spin the wheel?
Yes.
All right. Don't have to yell about it. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Spinny.
Oh, here we go.
Spin. Spinny, spin.
Oh, no. You know what this means? I think there's only one left for comedy.
Oh, it's funny. It's FART. It's fart, isn't it? We're watching fart. We're gonna watch Fart, the movie that I wanted to be put on here because yes, I might be in my 30s, but I'm also 7. Let's check what's there.
Intellectually.
Because it'd be yes, it'd be a shame if it wasn't there. Like
It would be a real shame.
we really want to review this movie. Just to yeah. Hey.
FART, the movie. This sounds like.
It's there. Oh my God.
No. Tell us more, Richie.
Okay. The infamous cult favorite from 1991. The story of a man obsessed with watching television, farting, and his poor wife who is forced to endure it. Directed by Ray Etheridge. Starring Joel Weiss, Shenando Soren, Kesha. What?
Kesha? Was it a dollar sign?
I'm guessing it's something that should be very young if that's that actual Kesha, but it doesn't even it has even the dollar sign. So is it that Kesha? I'm going to click on a name afterwards to see if that's that Kesha. Should be very young.
So it does have the dollar sign.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Conrad Brooks and Robert Axelrod, but I need to check if this is the actual Kesha. This got to be a mistake. Hang on. Let me click on it.
Won't let you click on it?
There's someone's really got to be trolling here. Kesha's not in this movie. Hang on. I'm going to look up. Kesha.
Movies.
The movie.
As Richie's doing that, how's your week been, everyone? I hope
How's
it's
your
been good.
week been?
Your wheat bin.
Holy hell. She might not have a big role, but that is Kesha.
No way.
It just says Kesha, and her role is girl. So that's going to be fun. She's probably a little kid, but that's going to be fun. That's funny.
there you go. Who would have known?
Uh,
Alrighty. It's now time for plugs and stuff.
yep. Yeah. You go. Oh, yeah. Yep. Cool plugs. Yep. I'm in the zone. Yeah. Cool.
You're off thinking about Kesha. You're going.
I'm frazzled. Kesha, as a child, is in a movie called Fart.
To be fair, FART, the movie.
FART, the movie. I don't. That's probably something she didn't want uncovered. Yeah. Like, if I see her around LA, she'll be like, "Oh, I love you in Fart." She's like, "What? Oh, how did you see that? No one does it in it."
Some stupid podcast from Australia pointed it out.
Anyway, yeah, you can find us on Facebook. Tell them they're streaming. Give us a like and give us a message. A polite message going, "Hey, how are you? Can I have it? Do you want to have my babies?" And I'm like, "No, I can't because you're a male." But also, do you want to suggest movie titles? But also suggest movie titles as well. Like, well, it can be anything, but obviously it has to be terrific.
Or it has to be on Tubi.
It has to be in Tubi-rific, I don't know. There's ones that we did in our little promo at the start before we started the podcast. We haven't got around to like Love on a Leash that we might get around to eventually. If you want to suggest that to get kickstarted, so yeah.
We don't have it. We don't have a Kickstarter. We don't.
Oh yeah. We don't have a Patreon either.
No.
That we mentioned before. Yeah, and then you can find us on the YouTubes. That's where you might be watching us now. Well, I think that's where you'll be watching us now because we're not on any other platform. So obviously you're watching us there now.
And you know how successful we are because of all the ads you'll see at the beginning of the YouTube video.
Yeah. Especially for I think there's an ad for YouTube on for YouTube.
Well, I was joking because we don't have any ads at the beginning of ours. We're not successful.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, you can and then you can give us a like there, subscribe, hit the bell notification to keep you updated on how that go again.
Ding ding.
To keep you updated on when we upload a new episode, which is every what day? What day, Rod?
Tuesday.
There we go. We're getting this plug thing down to a fine art.
I'm getting to join in this week.
Yeah. And yeah,
I'm helping.
You're helping. We also have a Gmail at tellthemthestreaming@gmail.com where you can send your suggestions, love letters, letters of indifference, and pictures of cats and dogs because dogs are better than. I mean,
let's not. Come on. Cats are as good as dogs. Dogs are as good as cats, and so are gerbils.
Gerbils. Okay. I will meet you in the middle and say, okay, maybe cats are as good as dogs. I'm not getting into a gerbil debate. Okay, not getting into gerbils. Okay, all right. Anyway, I'll try not to do a Richard Gere joke. Anyway, you can find email us there. Give us suggestions on if you got any Tubi cat movies or gerbil movies that you want us to watch, send give us a suggestion there. As far as I go, you can hit up my like page to find out where I'm gigging. got a quiet month this week. Got a quiet month this week. That doesn't make sense. Got a quiet month. Oh God, I'm on fire this time. I got a quiet month this month, but May is filling up, so I got one or two this month, but May's filling up, so this will probably come out in May, or later on. Anyway, there is stuff coming up, but I'll be around.
Just keep a look on his Facebook page at Richie Goodacre, and it'll have all the gigs that are coming up, so you'll be able to go and see them. Sorry about talking over you there, Richie.
No, you saved me there. So that was good.
You were talking about having a good month this week, or this week is a good month, or something or other, and.
So I believe we've done. I've got Dusty Rhodes on the t-shirt. I believe we've done Dusty Rhodes before. So I don't know what you want me. What impression you want me to try and do.
Okay. Well, let's just do Dusty Rhodes again. That's okay.
Okay.
Do Dusty Rhodes signing off the Tubi podcast or the Tell Them They're Streaming podcast.
It's Dusty Rhodes that he will. Until next time, baby. To be continued.
Son of a plumber.
But no plumber.
Toilet time.
Julian, what are you?